Hello guys, in this tutorial we are going to talk about classes and objects in Java. So what is a class? A class is a blueprint from which objects can be created. So what is an object? Object is a combination of methods and fields. So what are all methods and fields? See, we have three fields here and two methods here. Okay, so whenever we create an object for this particular guy, I mean this bike, that object can access these five things. Okay, so object is nothing but a combination of methods and fields. So what is a field and what is a method? A field is a property of an object. If suppose consider a car as an object, a car has its own properties. So a color, so that's what I have given here, color, weight, width, all these are properties of an object. That is a property of a car. Okay, so what is the method then? So method is the behavior of an object. If we consider the same example, that is a car, so what is the behavior of the car? So the car will run, so that's the behavior. The car while it was running, definitely it needs to be stopped. Okay, so that's an action. So methods are nothing but an action. So behavior and methods are same, fields and states or properties are same. Fine, so these two things comes under objects. So why are we creating an object for a class? So these things, I mean fields and methods are under bike, I mean under the class. It means this particular guy has the definition for all these things. If suppose if it is a run, it has the implementation like how a car can run. So the implementation of run will be inside these two brackets, these two yellow brackets. So the implementation of stop method will be inside this. So the class will be containing the implementation and the initialization of the fields. For fields it is initialization and for methods it is implementation. Okay, so that's the main concept. So let me tell you how to call a method or a field. Okay, so this is a class, a bike is a class, and here we have another class, that is classes and objects. So I'm going to call a method from this class, I'm going to call a method called run. Fine, so this run method is under a class called bike. So I need to create an object for a bike. So I have created an object called obj. Okay, so bike, I'm creating an object for bike. Then this is the syntax for creating an object. Okay, what is this? This is a constructor of a class. See, this is a class. Every class will be having a constructor. So that will be default constructor. So it doesn't mean every class can have only one constructor. A class can have more than one constructor. It's not an issue. Okay, so you might be asking me like, there's no constructor here, where is it going? Okay, every class will be defaultly having one constructor, that is a default constructor. So if at all we need to modify the constructor, we definitely need to modify the constructor. So what are the rules has to be maintained while modifying the constructor? The constructor should have the same name as the class name. Okay, if you are changing the name, it is known as method. It will be taken as method and the default constructor will be running. Okay, if suppose you need to create a method for, constructor for this particular guy, you need to create like this. Okay, you need to create like this, and you have to modify this. You should not modify this. If suppose you are modifying this as something else, like something else, then this is a method. This is not a constructor, this is a method. Well, so you should have one thing in mind: a constructor will have no return type. Okay, so the constructor will return nothing. So don't write void here. Okay, now we are going to call a function from another class. So I have told you, whenever you are going to call a function, a method or field, we need to create an object. We have created an object, so through that object we are calling a function called run. Okay, so there is no error here because this method is public. So this is where we need to know about access modifiers. So what is access modifiers? We have four types: one public, two protected, third private, other thing is default. If you don't write anything, it is default. If you write public here, it is a public. Then if you write protected here, if it is a protected, and if you write private here, it is a private thing. So if I have written here public, it means this particular method can be accessed across the world. It means it can be accessed from any packages and any classes. So that's what it means by public. Okay, so what is the second thing? Second thing is let us talk about protector. Okay, if this particular method is protector, okay, it means any classes from the same package. Here we have only one package, so whatever class comes under this package can access, as well as what the subclasses of another packages can access this. Subclasses of class called bike can access this. Let me tell you clearly. See, this is a subclass. Okay, this is a subclass of bike. So subclass, this is a class which is the extension of bike. Okay, so bike is the superclass of this particular class, that is subclass. Okay, so this is a subclass. So whenever we are creating a subclass, we have to keep in mind it should include the keyword extends. So this is the only keyword used to create a subclass. Fine. So this subclass, if suppose this subclass is in some other packages, then definitely this method can be accessed inside this. So if suppose it's not a subclass of bike and this class is under some other package and not friendly journey, definitely this guy has no rights to access run because it is protected. Okay, so let us discuss about other two things. Okay, this is default. I have told you if you are not writing anything, then it is considered as default. So for default, it only allows the classes under this package. So the package where this particular class is there, sorry. Okay, so this bike is under friendly journey package. So if it is written as default, it is given as default, then definitely this method can be accessed only by the classes and the subclasses under this packages. No other classes which is from another package can access this, no matter whether it is a subclass or not subclass. It has no access to this guy. Fine. So the last one is private. Okay, this is the last one. So if method is given as private, definitely no one has a rights to access this other than the members of this class, that is from this yellow mark to this yellow mark. Only these members can access the value of function, access this method called run, because it is private, not even this class. See, here we are getting some error. This is just because it is private. If we change the private to protector or default or whatever it is other than private, anyone can access this. So see here, there is no error. So if it is private, only this class member can access this method. Okay, so we have seen the access modifiers and subclasses, and we have also seen how to create an object for a class. Then again, how to call a function. This is how you should call a function. So I have told you about constructor. So constructor, it doesn't, as I have told you already, constructor can be many. Let me create a constructor. Okay, constructor should have the same name as the class name. Again, here string I. Okay, then okay, and here I'm getting an integer or double. Okay, well, see, this particular guy has two constructor. One is in which string is passed, and another a double variable is passed. So what we have to do is, see, we are getting some error here. See, it means whenever we are creating an object, definitely the constructor will be called. So here the constructor is null. It doesn't pose any parameters. So here we don't have any constructor which doesn't have any parameter. Here it has one parameter of string type, here it has another parameter of double. Okay, so definitely there is nothing without the parameter, so definitely it shows an error. Here we need to pass something, either a string or a double value. So let me pass a string, hello, and the error, sorry, and the error goes, that's it. We can also pass a float value, I mean a double value. We can't have one more thing, we can't have same object name. Okay, whenever we create, the object name should be unique. Okay, here, so if we need a default constructor, that means without any parameters we need to create one such thing like this. Now I can call a constructor without any parameters, that shows no error. So that's it. I really hope this video is really helpful for you guys and you have understood what class, object, access modifiers and constructor is. If you really like this video, please do like my videos. If you have any queries, please do comment, feel free to comment and share my videos, and especially subscribe to my channel and wait for more videos. Thank you for watching this video guys. Thank you.